Hello and welcome to Inside the Magic's Ultimate Attractions Showdown, where we take a look at some of the world's greatest attractions and stack them together head to head. Today we're going to take a look at the virtual flight on the back of a mountain banshee and compare it to an airborne adventure on a hang glider over some of the world's greatest wonders. Check it out. Avatar Flight of Passage is a 3D flying simulator inside Pandora, the World of Avatar, at Disney's Animal Kingdom. The newly opened ride takes guests on a virtual flight on the back of a banshee over the mountains and landscape of Pandora. The narrative of the attraction tells the story of how humans and Na'vi are attempting to restore the banshee population to natural levels. To do this, the Alpha Centauri expeditions have reactivated the Avatar program, which allows guests to sync with an avatar to fly in a banshee as they partake in the Na'vi's tribal coming-of-age tradition. The ride takes place at the Resources Development Administration facility, and once guests enter, they are taken immediately into the ACE lab, where they are linked to an avatar to fly on a banshee across the Valley of Moara. Avatar Flight of Passage may take you on an action-packed adventure, but Soarin will show you some of the world's greatest wonders. Soarin is a flight motion simulator attraction that can be found at Disney parks around the world. The ride takes you on a hang glider experience through some of the Earth's greatest wonders. This includes Greenland, Sydney Harbor, Mount Kilimanjaro, the Great Wall of China, the Great Pyramids of Egypt, and the Taj Mahal. The ride takes you on an epic adventure with the help of a mechanical lift system and a 4K video projection. The ride furthers the simulation by adding artificial scents and wind to mimic the real experience of a hang gliding flight. It's time to stack these attractions up head to head with our Inside the Magic's Ultimate Attractions Showdown evaluation. This evaluation looks at 5 different categories that we feel come together to make the ultimate attraction. These categories include story, cue, visuals, thrills, and immersiveness. Now let's start this evaluation with the hang glider that takes you to marvelous heights. Soarin's story isn't exactly the most creative. You hang glide above the wonders of the world. Now onto the queue. The wait time on average is anywhere from 25 to over 85 minutes, although the standby queue does offer interactive games. When you ride this ride, you can't help but feel like you're actually hovering over real wonders of the world. Epcot really hit all the stops, making a crystal clear projection that was implemented extremely well into this ride. Thrills. Soarin doesn't have the most intense thrill. The ride does bring you, though, pretty high off the ground to simulate the experience of flying, with slight motions of slanting left and right. Immersiveness. When soaring across the world's greatest wonders, you really feel the sensation of wind underneath your feet and the mist of the ocean upon your face. You're even able to smell some of the places you visit on the tour. Epcot did a really great job including these components that ultimately make for an extremely immersive experience. Now that we've evaluated Soarin, let's take a look at a ride that was based on a blockbuster hit, Avatar Flight of Passage. Story. This ride, which is based on the successful Avatar movie, does have a pretty compelling story, and it most definitely follows suit of this narrative. The ride even goes as far to debrief guests before getting on the ride with important information about Ace Laboratories and their mission to repopulate the banshee population. Queue. The ride has just opened and it is experiencing a massive amount of eager guests. Currently, wait times range from 3 all the way to 6 hours. Although the queue is incredibly well decorated with so many artifacts, decorations, finishes, and details that are amazingly accurate to the movie. The visuals. When you ride this ride, I can honestly say it feels like you are in Pandora. The animations of this ride are so realistic that I don't know if there could even be a better representation of a fictional world. Thrills. Even though the entire ride takes place in one room, you really do feel like you're flying on a banshee over mountains. The motions of this ride, combined with other elements, make for an extremely thrilling adventure. The immersiveness of this ride is incredible. Wind, water, and smells all work together to transport you to a new world. The wind blasts in your face during flight, getting stronger as you encounter peaks and valleys along your journey. Also, the water sprays pretty forcefully as you travel through more aquatic areas along the expedition. And the smells are so present and hard to ignore. Honestly, this ride takes you out of your element and transports you into its own. Now that we've dived in deep with our Inside the Magic's Ultimate Attractions Showdown evaluation, let's see which ride comes out on top. Now to score these competing rides, Soarin comes in with a 3 in story, 2 for cue, 5 for visuals, 3 for thrills, and a 4 for immersiveness. Avatar Flight of Passage comes in with a 5 for story, 4 for cue, 5 for visuals, 5 for thrills, and a 5 for immersiveness. Out of a total score of 25, Soarin scores a 17 and Avatar Flight of Passage scores an almost perfect 24. And the winner is Avatar Flight of Passage. This ride is so advanced with its 3D animations, its flight simulations, and all the elements that come together that really just transport you to the world of Avatar. Really amazing. Soarin is still an amazing adventure that takes you to wondrous places around the world, but unfortunately it is just not as advanced as Avatar Flight of Passage. Well, there you have it. That is the conclusion to this episode of Inside the Magic's Ultimate Attractions Showdown. Please be sure to check us out next time. See you guys later. What are your thoughts on this showdown? Let us know on Facebook or tweet us at Inside the Magic with the hashtag ITMUAS, or comment below.